law of Lakshmi is simple. What feeds life, life multiplies in return. Devi Lakshmi arises not as an idol, but as energy. And once that energy settles, wealth begins to build naturally in your home. This gratitude is the seed of wealth manifestation. This may look flashy and attractive, but has no life force on it. If we look onto this image of Ma Lakshmi seated on lotus with elephant showering water and pouring gold coins, the lotus base on which she is seated symbolizes purity that grows from mud but remains unstained, which shows that she is untouched by ignorance yet present in the world. One of her lower hand and the pot at the feet pours gold coins, symbolizes wealth, prosperity and abundance, not just material but spiritual and emotional prosperity. And the most important, elephant showering water. Water is the symbol of fluidity, abundance and continuous flow of life. The water falling is a symbolic of abundance flowing freely. Maximum people when see this image of Ma, they think she brings wealth. Well, they are right. But when majority think wealth, they think only of money. But in yogic science, Devi Lakshmi is this very principle of pranic flow, and wealth means the free flow of prana. And poverty does not begin with just absence of money. In fact, where there is stagnation in prana, poverty begins. So today, do completely watch this video if you really want to know the meaning of wealth and invite money and wealth by inviting Devi at your home through certain structures. Now if we go deep into prana, it is the vital life force, the subtle energy that animates everything. Your body, your mind and all the surrounding things are all expressions of prana moving in different patterns. And when this prana flows smoothly, you feel alive, joyful, creative and generous. Whereas on the other hand, when this prana stagnates, you feel tired, fearful, stuck and anxious. So in yogic terms, your wealth is directly linked with the quality and flow of your prana. And so when we go deep into wealth, it is not just money. Everything that we call wealth includes money, health, relationships, creativity is just the manifestation of flow. And when that particular flow is blocked, stagnation begins. And that stagnation now appears as poverty in one form or the other. And that is why in Sanatana Dharma, everything used in worship, even seemingly small, is chosen very consciously. In which one thing that majority people do, especially during Diwali, is rangoli in north, whereas it is known as kolam in south. You might have seen several videos as well as reels and shorts for the same, especially on the occasion of Diwali. People think that it is just for decoration, but in actual, it is more than that. Well, first of all, with time, the name has changed from rangoli to rangoli, but traditionally it was known as rangoli. Rangoli reintroduces the pranic flow, the curving lines, the spirals, and the symmetric motions free up blocked energy in the space. Well, the art of rangoli is not new in this culture. With time, not just its name from rangoli to rangoli has changed, but also the way it is made is for sure changed. People use these flashy colors on the day of Diwali itself, the day when Devi Lakshmi and Ganesh is worshipped. So what if I say this is the stepping stone to bring poverty at your home? Yes, because artificial chemical colors are inert. They don't have prana or the life force in them. They please the eyes but they could not transmit the life force. And Devi is Jiva Shakti, the energy of life. So when we use those to make certain structures in the rangoli, it contradicts what we want and what we offer. And as told, the art of rangoli is not new in this culture. In Katyayana Smriti and Agni Puran, it's mentioned as Mangal Chitra, in which our ancestors made auspicious drawings with natural materials. And these are not mere designs, these are yantras that invite divine energies. In Devi worship, especially during Diwali, these structures serve as energetic invitation for Mahalakshmi and Mahakali. So, instead of using artificial colors, one must use the living matter. Rice, pulses, lentils, petals, leaves that resonates with her. When we use these, the grain symbolizes dhanam, that is wealth. The flower symbolizes sukham, that is joy. And the geometrical pattern symbolizes dharma, that is order. So when all these three align, wealth, joy and order, Devi is naturally drawn to that space. And not only this, when we use fresh flowers, each flower has its own vibrational field. When arranged geometrically, like a mandala or rangoli, they create subtle frequencies that uplift the energy of that space. And that's why ancient texts suggest that every offering to the deity must have life force on it. Flowers that are fresh, grains that can sprout, and ghee or oil that can burn. Well, how does these living materials manifest wealth? You just think once. When we use this to make rangoli, we offer back to Devi the same quality that she bestows: life, nourishment, fragrance, and light. And these grains and flowers, when later eaten by birds, ants, or get mixed up in the soil, becomes offering back to life, thereby completing the cycle of giving that Diwali represents. And this establishes the cycle of reciprocity. You gave, O mother, and I return it to you in beauty. This gratitude is the seed of wealth manifestation. Because when your home vibrates with beauty and life, wealth will flow effortlessly. Because when you sit quietly and draw rangoli, you become what you are creating, Rata itself. And at that point, Devi Lakshmi is not invoked, she reveals herself through you. And when the higher frequency vibration of Devi, or the energy that is present on the night of Amavasya or Deepavali, matches with yours, your house becomes room of divine, from where wealth starts manifesting. Not just in the form of money, but everything that you say as health, relationship, or creativity. Her presence fills the space not as a vision, but as ease, contentment, and natural abundance. But above all, remember, if you are just making and leaving the patterns just one day on the day of Deepavali, it won't bother much. When in one hand, in North India, this tradition got erased, it is still prevalent in South India, where people make kollam with rice flowers almost every day, and it's very simple to make. If you want to learn and get started with, I highly recommend you to follow this channel to learn the basic kollam. Remember, wealth is not just one day requirement. So for that to manifest, you should not be left behind to take help from the small tools, one such in the form of kollam. And with this, remember that use of grains, flowers, turmeric, rice paste, or even cow dung base for rangoli is not rustic. It is the most sacred and sustainable form of artistry. It turns decoration into sadhana, an act of offering life to life. And when you use organic or living matter, you work with material that still has the memory of life. They emit subtle fragrance. They are eaten by the ants and birds, and they get again mixed up with the soil, harmlessly completing the sacred cycle of offering that fills your home with abundance, grace, and flow. And with this, hope this video provided meaning to you, how the small things are chosen very consciously in Sanatan Dharma. And if yes, do not forget to share with those friends and family members who will make rangoli or kollam and will make any type of decoration this Deepavali. And also do like and subscribe. And with this, up to next, stay safe, healthy, happy, and namaskaram, and happy Diwali to all of you.